Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, June 23rd.
The last day on 41.
Someone's birthday is tomorrow.
Here's some advice for everybody. My birthday was on a Tuesday. I looked and saw I had more than a week of vacation time. I gave myself a birthday present.
There you go.
Seriously, give yourself a birthday present. You don't plan anything. Just go home and relax.
And it's a good thing hey, it works that we didn't do anything special for your birthday because it is currently 93 degrees out. It feels like 101. If you are in the U.S., chances are you are sweating in your own juices right now. Summer decided to show up with abundance.
I swear summer showed up like somebody who had 3 Red Bulls after they overslept.
Summer officially started Friday night, and Saturday it was 88 degrees. Yeah, it's been wonderful if you're a summer person, and I'm a summer person, so I've been enjoying it. Pool, that's why I look rough, but, you know.
There's a reason why one of the first things we did to this house was put in central air. I do not handle the heat well. I never have, and I'm too old to get 2 hours of sleep for 3-4 months.
Yeah. The worst of it is over for us here in Ohio, as far as this heat wave tomorrow, and Wednesday are still heat advisory days, but it's still going to be, it's kind of going down. I know when, tomorrow is a heat advisory day. Wednesday, I'm not entirely sure if it's a heat advisory, but anyways. It's been hot, and I've been loving it. It's because pool. I'm not going to lie. I'm loving it because pool. And someone's birthday's tomorrow.
Yarp.
Yay. So happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, well, let's shout out our commenters. And then we will get into...
Sarah, Bridget, Teresa, Fasha. Hey, Alan, what's up?
Thank you all so much for commenting and spending some time with us. Do appreciate it.
Yep.
Yes, we do. We do appreciate it. Alright. Well, whips.
I actually did something.
Someone stitched on Saturday because we had stitch. I had EGA Stitch and Day, and you don't have to be an EGA member to go to Stitch and Day, so.
I was also requested.
He was requested. I drug him along.
Yeah, apparently people like my sense of humor. I don't know how this is a thing. There are 2 types of people. People that love my sense of humor and people that splash me with holy water.
Sometimes you want to do both.
I did Ruby from the Shooting Star Collection by Carolyn Manning Designs.
There you go.
Yeah, someone kind of appropriately guessed that I like red. And I did here. I did these 2 squares here, and then I did the fill in from this area here, and here.
Very good.
And the fill in there. This is actually 2 different colors.
Yeah.
It's maroon and slightly less dark maroon.
There's subtleties like that with Carolyn Manning Designs.
Literally, she has like 20, like 18 or 20 reds.
I understand.
Oh, and I'm just going to comment on something I found hysterical.
What?
I mentioned this during the stitching. Whoever's in charge of naming DMC has a sense of humor. Would y'all like to know what DMC 666 is called?
Christmas Red.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, well, how else you don't know, I'll tell you. And tell her to tell me next week and I'll explain it.
Yeah, okay. So, I started with Write Your Own Week with the SAL prompt, and I worked on the Shooting Star from Carolyn Manning, or the Star Touch Meadow Sow from Carolyn Manning Designs. The February Black.
Never guess where I found mine from.
I don't really know what I stitched on. It's on a piece of 16 count white Ada. Somewhere over here, I'm not exactly sure what I stitched on. I may get start pictures put up. I may not. It is what it is at this point. Today.
Even I had off of work today, and I woke up before the alarm clock, and then Laura forgot to turn her just in case Joe's an idiot alarm off.
I did.
Which I do appreciate the fact that you have that.
Hold, please. Okay. Had to remember where I put it.
The true battle.
I used my pass for one of the Right Wrong Week prompts, and then I did 3 of the 4 other prompts with this project. So, a lace corset, 3, 6, 9, something. I don't have my stitch count totals on hand. And here it is. This is on a piece of 32 count. I called this Rapunzel. And I worked down in here filling in. So this, don't think that's the very bottom. No, there's a little bit that goes down further down a little bit, but this is kind of the bottom-ish. This is the edge. And I made the decision, because it's got backstitch on it, like, in between all of the flowers and stuff, it just looks like spider webbing. It doesn't look like anything conductive to... So I'll do the backstitching that's up here, that's kind of the...
Froofies,
but in here, this doesn't need it. Some of the flowers do have beads inside of them, and I will do the beads, but I'm not doing that backstitch. It just seems pointless to me. And if you disagree, well, that's your opinion. It's great for you.
Go ahead and stitch it.
Pretty much.
I'm sorry, my filter did not work that time.
There you go. So the last prompt I did for Write Your Own Week, I actually had a new start. I may have possibly forgotten for a moment that Beth-Ann, my friend Beth-Ann and I were starting market starts, and I started something, I think, we both started something from this year's market. I started Bathsheba Brown, 1830, from Queenstown Sampler Designs. The person that stitched this was from Israel Township in Preble County, Ohio, which is in Dayton area. And the middle of this is, after I found the middle on the chart, because she doesn't have the middle marked on the chart, which is just absolutely so helpful.
I think we found Laura's major pet peeves from designers.
One of them, yes. Itty bitty teeny tiny over 1 stitches. It's 300 something. I don't know what. The words are all in the middle, and I'm glad, because the over 1 words are going to be the death of me. This is going to be one of those projects, until I get these over 1 words done, I'm probably only going to get 1 or 2 prompts at a time done on it. Which is why I like doing the prompts and doing that, because it's like, okay, you're just doing 300 stitches on it, and you can put it away, and you get progress on it, because I do want to stitch it. It's just over 1 letters is a little bit brain burning. So that was Write Your Own Week for Daily 30. Then I had 2 prompts left for the monthly in Daily 30. So, I pulled out our friend, Nativity. The Nativity from the
Literally our
from
Lord
Janlin.
and Savior.
Yep. This is a Cooler Designs Janlin kit. I think you can buy the chart. You can buy it as a chart pack. You can't buy it as a kit anymore. God bless you and good luck if you decide to do that. So I had 2 letters left to do on the monthly, and those 2 letters got all of the cross stitching done. It was 626 stitches.
You got the back stitching done too, right?
Yes, and I got the back stitching done. And the whole thing is done now. I just need to FFO it.
Need to hear?
What?
Mute if you have a problem with loud noises. Cover your ears. The UFO has been completed!
Yes.
Laura's biggest struggle, boss, the number one thing that has kept her up at night, the number one project that has made her cry, is finally done! Can we get a hell yeah down in the comments?
I now no longer know what my oldest project is.
I think I'm more excited about you finishing this darn thing than you are!
I still have to FFO it!
You know what? I think I know what I'm going to get you for our anniversary.
What?
We'll find somebody to do that for you.
I have to FFO it. I have... So, the kit came with...
Or would you not like that?
The kit came with felt to FFO it. And somewhere in this pile of chart packet, I believe, is instructions for finishing it. I think. Or at least I thought they were. They're supposed to be. Well, they're supposed to be. Apparently there's not. Oh, assembly. This is your assembly instructions. Important you leave enough felt to allow for cutting of the figure bases, trim.
Maybe not read that while we're filming?
Yeah. There's no pattern for how to make the bases. This is going to be a nightmare. The nightmare continues.
Or you can just do something you're more comfortable with and say, fuck it.
Well, originally that was the plan. I was going to do it a little bit differently than the instructions, but I don't have kids that are going to beat them up now, so. Anyways.
No,
that's
we
all
have
my
cats.
No, I have cat. Well, you said after the... Anyways. That is all my stitching for the week. That's it. I'm done.
Hey, hon. I know what I said. I also know the cat distribution system doesn't care what I say.
Exactly. So. That has been stitching for the week.
We actually contributed this time.
Yes. I do have a bit of haul because my June card kit from Annie's finally showed up. It's very cute. It says, the title is Thanks a Bushel, and it's like apple themed. It is super cute. Probably would have been more appropriate for fall, but it's super cute. And I have yet another toolkit. I'm a little irritated with Annie's right now. So Annie's is the company that publishes Just Cross Stitch magazine. I probably have said this before, and I think my subscription to Just Cross Stitch has expired, so I need to renew that. They also publish crochet magazines, knitting magazines. They do card kits, crochet kits, knit kits. I think you can buy cross stitch kits, patterns and such. They switched over at their website, and it has been a nightmare. They switched over their website in May, and it's been a nightmare since. And that's all I'm going to say about it. I just want a card making kit that comes reliably, that is all cards. Because that's my problem with Paper Pumpkin. Not all of their kits are cards. And yes, you can go in and tell the Paper Pumpkin and cancel and suspend your Paper Pumpkin subscription for the month if you don't want the card, if you don't want the non-card kits. But I want card kits each month.
But it's just not feasible. Okay. Next section.
That's all for haul.
Do you have the list of things I can use? Or is that still on the...
It's over there. I'll go get it. Hold, please. Alright, so we are doing... This week's theme is Standing Stones. Which I believe is, Stonehenge, basically. There are other standing stone structures, places in the British Isles. You're going to know Stonehenge. Alright, so. I may have already done one of these, by the way. Stitch on a whip that has a repetitive theme or stitching. And spell repetitive, right? Well, that's all snowflakes.
That works. I think that's it, actually. All the other good choices we've already done.
That has a pretty repetitive border in it. That has a repetitive pattern in it. So.
Let's show you what the other ones are.
Okay. I've already done number 2. Because it was stitch on your oldest or your largest whip, and I used the time method to claim finishing the back stitching on Baby Jesus. So, stitch on a whip of choice and tell us about a place you'd most like to visit. That's easy. Stitch on a whip with an interesting design feature and tell us what it is. I can probably come up with that for any of mine.
Okay, last one.
Stitch on a whip containing something that is not what it seems. You must explain.
Well, I guess that's one's getting your pass, or is this more than 5 prompts this time?
No, there's only...
Okay, so, you know what? Then I would just say do leave a kiss, leave a kiss, leave a kiss, leave a kiss.
Okay. Sounds good. Actually, I do know what my oldest whip right now is. It would be this one. Because that was started pre-pandemic, and that's the only thing I have that started pre-pandemic. Okay, but we're going to leave a kiss for everything, and then there you go. That's planning. And you know what I realized this weekend?
What?
I haven't done a yearly in like a month and a half. I haven't worked on any of my yearly projects. I finished the reindeer, so I need to kit out the fox. I put a ton of stitches into a fairy house at the beginning of May because I overlapped that with the May the 4th pop-up. I haven't worked on any of them since. So Snowman's going to get some stitches this weekend. And yes, I do need to kit out the fox for my replacement piece, but we'll get there. It's a short video this week.
Dark.
I guess those happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, that's because that's all we have for this week. I guess it gets kind of short when I stitch on the same thing most of the week.
Announcements,
Sorry
November 1st.
Announcements! I think we've already kind of said this, but we're hosting a Sit and Stitch Day on Saturday, November 1st in Wellington, Ohio. If you know where Wellington, Ohio is, you probably are local enough that it wouldn't be a huge... There's no hotel in Wellington, Ohio. If you don't know where Wellington, Ohio is, I can tell you. But it is a small town. There's no hotel in Wellington, Ohio. The closest...
Isn't there a couple B&Bs?
There's a B&B in Wellington, Ohio. There might be a couple of Airbnbs in the surrounding area. The closest place you're going to find with a hotel is Oberlin, which is about 15 minutes away. And then you're going to have to go into either Medina or Elyria, which those are about 20, 30 minutes away. If you're not local and you want to come, those are your options.
I'd recommend Medina because those hotels are closer to freeways that go north-south, so it's easier to get to them if you're coming from long range. Elyria really doesn't have the same interstate access, so it's a little bit harder to get to it.
90 comes real close to Elyria, goes just north of Elyria, and 480 goes just south of Elyria.
But 71 and 77 go through Medina.
Right.
Or do through 71, yeah. But yeah, 71 just makes it easier, is my point.
Anyways. You are on your, if you're coming from out of state, you are on your own for finding your own hotel lodging.
Sorry.
I do not have anywhere with a hotel lodging book. It's $50 for the day. That is to come, sit and stitch, have lunch, and we will be having a pizza party supper. Lunch is undetermined still at this point, although I have an idea.
Basically, she's cooking it, so it depends on how many people.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. I do not have a listing up on the Shopify site yet, so if you would like to attend, shoot me a message, send me a message on socials or an email, and I will hook you up. I am planning on getting the listing posted soon. I actually was going to do it over the weekend, but we were busy and screwing around in the pool and stuff. I just don't know if I'm going to get it up before this video goes up because, yeah, I just don't know if I'm going to get it up tonight. So, that's that. What would we like the folks to do?
Please like, comment, subscribe, bell button, YouTube like us crap.
Make sure to do all the things so that the algorithms like us and say we're engaging. And if you comment, please throw a like on the video. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We hope you were entertained. We hope you got something out of this. And we hope you come back next week. And we will see you then. Bye!
Bye, 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 bye.